growing marijuana or cannabis, start with germinating approximately 20 seeds, and you want to put paper towels, probably 2 layers, on the bottom of a container and 1 layer of paper towel on top of the seeds. Space them roughly about 1 to 2 inches apart, so you may want to use maybe an ice cream pail, any medium-sized container, Tupperware container or something like that. And what will happen is about half of the seeds that you are germinating will sprout. And here's a picture of basically what that would look like as far as the spacing and what the sprouts look like. You do not want to overwater them or underwater them. You want them to be lightly moist, lightly damp, but not soaking in water, and you don't want them to be too dry. You will need to check them once or twice a day, water them maybe once every other day, once every 2 or 3 days. So that's the germination process, especially in cooler temperatures, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Canada. You would want to start your seeds roughly in about February or so, and they take maybe about 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, to be able to germinate, and then you'll be able to see that some of them had germinated. And the goal, this is just my personal preference, start with about 20-25 seeds. Half of them will germinate, with the idea of ending up with roughly 10 to 15 small plants. All right. And the next step is to set up a growing environment. And what I did is I set this up in a bedroom, and there is a box. I set up a box on the bottom of the corner of the closet, and it has a couple of pieces of plywood on top of it just for stability, as you can see there. And then, so I have a hard surface on top of a box. It's roughly 12 to 14 inches up high. And then what I did after that is I got myself a tray. And this tray here just happened to hold about 12 of these pots. These pots here are, there's a size to them here. Here, I can measure them real quick. They are 5 inches tall and just a little over 4 inches on the top mount. And the idea is I can actually put about 12 of these pots inside of this plastic container for draining, for water drainage. And the plastic container, of course, went right into that space there, like that. And the lighting, I used some LED lights. This particular one I was pretty reasonably priced. It was $12. I got 2 of these. And here's some specifications and information about that light. You can run 2 of them together, plug 2 of them into one light, which is really nice. And what I did is I attached them, the little clips, I put those on a piece of wood, and I've got them spaced apart so I can run 2 rows of those flower pots. And I hung them with some string and wire in the closet in this space right here, and that worked out pretty good. I had quite a bit of space above that. The reason I put the box in there so I wouldn't have to lean down so far to tend to the plants. And I had them in the closet for approximately 2 to 3 months, and I planted them outside in April. Well, actually, end of May. End of May is a good time to plant them in Minnesota specifically, and also in Wisconsin. Anyways, I would not put more than 2 germinated seeds per pot. They'll be too crowded, and if you do that, then put them to the edge so they're not too close together, so they're easier to separate. Anyways, I'll have more videos about the process after that, but that's the beginning of how things started to germinate and all the way to get the plants up taller. When I planted them, they were approximately maybe 5 to 8 inches tall.